Hello everyone and welcome to Unacademy. Today we are going to deal with the second lesson of this course, articles. Now what are articles? Articles are the words that define a noun as specific or unspecific. Friends, we'll be dealing with nouns a little later, but for now let me tell you in short what are nouns. A noun is the name of a person, place, animal or a thing. In short, nouns are naming words. For example, Akbar was a great king. Here we have two nouns, Akbar and king. Now consider the following examples of articles. Now, as I said that articles may be specific or unspecific. The first example is, after the long day, the cup of tea tasted particularly good. The second example is, after a long day, a cup of tea tastes particularly good. Now friends, please note in the first sentence, we are being very specific about the day and the cup of tea. In the second sentence, we are not so specific when we use a. Now articles are of two types, definite and indefinite. What are definite articles? The definite article is the word the. It limits the meaning of a noun to one particular thing. For example, your friend might ask, are you going to the party on this weekend? Now the definite article tells you that your friend is referring to a specific party that both of you know about. The definite article can be used with singular, plural or uncountable nouns. Other examples of definite articles are, please give me the hammer. Please give me the red hammer, the blue one is too small. Or please give me the nail. Here we are being very specific and pointing out to one particular thing. Next we move on to indefinite articles. The indefinite article indicates that a noun refers to a general idea rather than a specific thing. Now the indefinite article takes two forms. It's the word a when it precedes a word that begins with a consonant. It's the word an when it precedes a word that begins with a vowel. You all know we have a, e, I, o, u as vowels. For example, should I bring a gift to the party? Now, here your friend will understand that you are not asking about a specific type of gift or a specific item. You are speaking in general or giving your general idea. Now please note that the indefinite articles only appear with singular nouns. Now let us take some examples. Please hand me a book. Any book will do. Number 2. Please hand me an autobiography. Any autobiography will do. Next we move on to exceptions. Now there are certain few exceptions to the general rule of using a before the word that starts with consonant and an before words that begin with vowels. For example, honor. Now the first letter of the word honor, for example, is a consonant, but it is silent. We do not pronounce it. So in spite of its spelling, the word honor begins with a vowel sound. Therefore, we use an. Now we are going to consider some examples. My mother is a honest woman. This is an incorrect sentence. However, my mother is an honest woman is correct. Next we have example number 2. Similarly, when the first letter of a word is a vowel but is pronounced with a consonant sound, use a as given in the sentence. Now the first sentence is, she is an United States Senator. Second is, she is a United States Senator. The second one is correct. Though the word United starts from a vowel, but it does not sound like one. So therefore we are using a instead of an. Next we have we'll discuss other examples. For example, an LCD display, a UK based company, an HR department, a URL. Next we move on to certain rules. How to use article before an adjective. Sometimes an article modifies a noun that is also modified by an adjective. Now the usual order that we follow is, firstly we use an article, adjective and then noun. Now if the article is indefinite, we'll choose a or an based on the word that immediate follows it. For example, Eliza will bring a small gift to Sophie's party. Or, I heard an interesting story yesterday. So please remember the usual word order is article, adjective, and noun. Next, we move on to indefinite articles with uncountable nouns. Now, uncountable nouns are the nouns that are either difficult or impossible to count. The uncountable nouns include intangible things, for example, air, liquid, milk, and things that are too large or numerous to count, for example, sand. Now, in here, the indefinite article, please remember, is only used for singular nouns. We'll take two examples here. The first one is please give me a water. Second one is please give me some water. Now, water is an uncountable noun and it should not be used with indefinite article. When we read the second sentence, please give me some water, it is much more suitable than the first sentence. However, if you describe water in terms of countable units, then we can use indefinite articles. For example, please give me a bottle of water. We are never going to use indefinite articles with uncountable nouns because these things cannot be counted. Once again, please keep in mind that indefinite article is only used for singular nouns. Next, we have using articles with pronouns. Please remember that possessive pronouns, it can help identify whether you are talking about specific or non-specific items. As we have seen earlier, articles also indicate specificity. But if you use both a possessive pronoun and an article at the same time, readers will become confused. Now, possessive pronouns are the words like his, my, our, its, her, and their. Now, articles, please remember, should not be used with pronoun. Now, consider the following example. Why are you reading my book? It is incorrect. The second example here is why are you reading the book or why are you reading my book? So, it is not suitable to use articles with pronouns. Next, we have omission of articles. So, what happens occasionally, articles are omitted altogether before certain nouns. In these cases, article is implied but not actually present. That is why we call them zero article. Often the article is omitted before nouns that refer to abstract ideas. Now let us take an example. I like to play baseball is a better sentence than I like to play the baseball. Second is my sister was always good at math is better than my sister was always good at the math. Usually many languages, nationalities, or sports or academic subjects, they are not preceded by an article. By keeping all these rules in mind and applying them together, you can easily solve any question on articles. Thank you so much. You have completed this lesson.